Welcome back. Joining us now is Alejandra Rodriguez with the Gladys Porter Zoo. Alejandra, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
So who do you have there today?
So this is Charlotte. She's a tarantula here. So they're very common in this area. You've probably seen them. I know I've seen a few of these in my yard as well. But you can see that she's fairly calm. This species isn't necessarily going to be like super, I don't like usually using the word aggressive for animals in general, right? Because most animals aren't really going to bite or strike unless they're really scared or something like that. But so this species, you can see she's very calm. A lot of people think, okay, this is a giant spider, right? So it's probably going to be jumping around and climbing everything. So this species will tarantulas in general are very, very delicate. So if she were to fall from, let's say, 4 to 5 feet in the air, she probably wouldn't make it.
Now, I was going to say, first of all, I love her name, Charlotte, from Charlotte's Web. But since you sat down, she hasn't moved.
Yeah. Yep, she's been very calm, and that's why I love bringing tarantulas, presenting them as well, because they get a pretty bad rap, right? Like,
yeah, I've learned something new today, that they're actually calm.
Yes, and of course it's not going to be every single tarantula species, from animal to animal. They're gonna have different personalities, right? She's one of our animal ambassadors, so you can actually see her there at the education department in our South Texas Discovery Center. But like I said, there isn't really much reason to be scared. They're also this isn't going to be like a very venomous spider that if you get bitten, unless you have an allergy, which you might not know about, you'll probably be fine. It will probably hurt a little bit, but they also give a warning too. They'll kind of get onto their back legs, like if they're about to strike, and that's just kind of a warning, like, hey, I'm scared, please get away from me. So if you're paying attention to that as well,
that's really good to know. And Charlie has changed my perspective on tarantulas. Now, moving on to events at the zoo, what do you guys have going on?
So we have Boo at the Zoo coming up. That's always on the 30th and the 31st. So that's our big Halloween event. That's probably our most highly attended event of the year. So it's this big community event where it's kind of an alternative to normal door-to-door trick-or-treating, or if you want to also do that as well. But so we have the event from 6 to 9 p.m. 6 to 9 each night on the 30th and the 31st. So we have a bunch of different candy stations where you can get some candy, some other goodies from local businesses and things like that. Learn about a few different organizations as well. Games. There's going to be mermaids. It's a ton of fun.
I was going to say, it sounds like a lot of fun and a good time to get some free candy and maybe meet Charlotte.
Yeah, maybe seeing Charlotte or a few of our other animals. It is at night, so a lot of them are probably going to be away for the evening, but that's a great opportunity. Also, if you have a membership, you also get free tickets. So I highly encourage that if you have a membership, to pick those tickets up before the event to kind of expedite that entrance, and you get a whole extra hour. Members get to go into the event at 5 o'clock versus 6 o'clock.
Well, that sounds awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alejandra and Charlotte, for stopping by our studios today.
Thanks for having us.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news after the break.